we are reading all sorts of things about Merrick Garland being too afraid to prosecute Trump.
He honestly, I saw someone actually tweet this, I forget who. He would have been perfect for the Supreme Court, given his apparent fecklessness and unwillingness to change anything.
He's like, it's like a guy that gets added to a TV show and he's like super boring, and then for some reason just comes up in every episode and has a massive part where he doesn't do anything.
Yeah. And you could say the same thing about Trump. You could say like, but why isn't the committee, are they going to really investigate Ginny Thomas? Why wouldn't they? Why wouldn't you do that? Why wouldn't you go for everyone who is a part of this? You cannot set a precedent that this person is off limits because they're too important to the country or the institution they're in. It makes what they're doing more egregious. They should not get more protection from this. Here is this dude, and he's
He's still a freak. I mean,
yeah. And just another Republican he's
the new Ben Sass.
He's another Republican who's going to retire, and so he's freed up to also getting death threats, which is interesting because they know they can't threaten him electorally. Adam, what's his name? Kinzinger?
Yeah, Adam Kinzinger. Yeah.
And here he is talking about that question of prosecution.
It's up to the Department of Justice in the end, but have you reached the conclusion that President Trump should be prosecuted?
I certainly think the president is guilty of knowing what he did, seditious conspiracy, being involved in these, kind of different segments of pressuring DOJ, vice president, et cetera. Obviously, we're not a criminal charges committee, so I want to be careful in specifically using that language. But I think what we're presenting before the American people certainly would rise to a level of criminal involvement by a president and definitely failure of the oath. The oath has to matter here. Your personal demand to stand for the Constitution has to matter. And if you have people that don't regard that at all, there is no law in the world that we can pass that's going to make a bit of difference.
You're in a
I wonder if he's avoiding answering the question because he doesn't want to interfere with and politicize the DOJs and knows that, it doesn't matter what I say.
That's what I can't, I saw some justification for, maybe, being careful with language on that about, you don't want to give the Republicans an excuse to say this is a biased investigation or something like that.
Or the judge.
Right.
You don't want the judge, to say the jury was tainted. But he's just going on and saying what his job is in the House and suggesting there is a, in my opinion, he's broken the law.
Yeah. This is where the rubber meets the road, though, with some of the January 6th talk. We were maybe even going to play or read this, but the poll about how 6 in 10 Americans say Trump should be charged for January 6th. You may not want to politicize this, but it's inherently political. So if you're going to highly publicize these investigations, have some teeth behind it if you want it to stick. And I'm just talking from political purposes. Of course, these people should be held accountable, though.